convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robby.
One of my absolute favorite sci-fi movies from the late 50s, mid to late 50s, is of course Forbidden Planet. When I first saw this movie as a young Willie, it really blew me away. I saw it long before I saw Star Wars. I absolutely loved this movie. One of the things that really captivated me about this movie was, of course, Robby the Robot. I thought he was a really cool looking robot. But besides that, the movie itself is actually really good. For the time, its special effects were just out of this world. No pun intended. And even to this day, they hold up quite well. I like the id monster when the lasers shoot it, and you can see the outline of the id monster when the laser batteries are hitting it. And the laser effects are actually kind of cool too. And I like the big alien mechanism underneath the ground. It's in the planet core. All the gauges and things like that. It's a really cool movie. I love watching this crazy movie to this day. And of course, one of the stars of the movie, Leslie Nielsen, I had forgotten that he was in this movie. And he went on to be, an actor in the airplane movies and the Naked Gun movies, things like that, which is pretty cool. I didn't realize he got started way back then on Forbidden Planet, but now that I watch it and know who he is, I pick him out immediately. Now, when I first saw Forbidden Planet, I used to go to this YMCA on Saturdays. I'd go there to play baseball. They had an arcade. They had a mechanical arcade. They had like mechanical pinball games and bowling games, things like that. Had a nice slot racing track there that I used to race on as a kid. But they also had a movie room where you go in, and at certain times they would show different movies throughout the day. They had like a posting of what movies are going to be showing. And one of the movies they showed while I was there was Forbidden Planet on a big reel-to-reel projector. It's been a long time since I've seen a projector movie. We used to watch them in high school all the time on spirit days, things like that. But anyway, I'm rambling again. I was totally captivated by this movie when I first saw it. And I actually I had a VHS copy of it for the longest time. Then I bought a Blu-ray. Then I bought a DVD. And now I got a Blu-ray of this movie, which you can pick up off of Amazon for like under $7. It's a nice, cheap Blu-ray to pick up. If you like classic 50s sci-fi like I do, this is one definitely for the collection. That's another thing I like to do is I like collect old sci-fi movies as well as another little hobby I do. I don't talk about it much, but this is one of my gems in my sci-fi movie collection, Forbidden Planet. It's pretty awesome. Of course, the main draw for the movie for me, aside for the UFO-looking spaceship and the laser effects and things like that, was Robby the Robot himself. When I saw Robby for the first time, I was totally captivated. And it's basically what got me interested in robotics in general, was seeing Robby the Robot at a young age. And I still am into robotics, even though I don't work in robotics. I do have a degree in it. And I do dabble here and there, making little robotic projects, things like that. But all in all, this is actually a really cool toy. This was a Walmart exclusive. I think it came out in 2019, 2020. I can't remember exactly when it came out. But it was only available at Walmart. It does have electronic lights and sound. It has a walking motion. It's actually a pretty cool toy. I've seen videos of this toy. This hasn't been out of the box yet. So we're going to take a look at the box, a closer look at the box, and then I'm going to open it up and then we'll check out Robby. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's go check out the box. Okay, here's a nice close-up of the box itself. I love this artwork on here. You have a Robby the Robot, the classic Forbidden Planet fonts. Light up sound, walking. Robby the Robot. He does have a little try me button on here for a demo.
Welcome to Altair Hall. gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence.
Oh, dude, that is so awesome. That's what really sold me on this toy when I saw it at Walmart. Was I pushed the demo button and exactly what he said, and I was like, oh, I gotta get me one of these. I don't think he says anything else
For
right
your
now.
convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robby.
That's awesome. Anyway, on the side of the box, there's another view of Robby on here. And on the back of the box, it shows some of the things Robby can do. He has spinning motion, motorized walking, and cosmic lights and sound. Part chef, chauffeur, servant, and strongman, Robby the Robot won audiences of Forbidden Planet with the charming personality and arsenal of futuristic abilities. Indeed, Robby was everything anyone wanted in a robot. Strong enough to topple a building, smart enough to speak 187 different languages, able to replicate emeralds and hors d'oeuvres, and above all, selflessly obedient. With the help of Trendmaster technology, Robby is the motorized with sound and light-up function command, as if you were Dr. Morbius himself. That's pretty awesome. They left off he makes mass quantities of alcohol, too, for Cookie, which is one of my favorite scenes in the movie, as I was talking about earlier. Pretty awesome. All right, I think it's time that we open the box up, unpackage Robby, and check him out. All right, here's Robby out of the box, out of his cardboard prison. It's actually a really good looking toy. It's got a lot of details on it. Pretty cool. You got fully articulated arms here. Move his hands around. Pretty awesome. On the back you have a switch. If you flip it one way to the 0, it just activates the lights and the sound. If you put it to 1, he'll do the lights and sound and he'll walk around. Of course, on his feet we have these ratcheting wheels. That's what makes him walk forward. And this is where the batteries are too. There's 2 AA's here and 2 AA's in there. Pretty cool. So if you see what we can do without having the guy walk.
For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robby.
I still like that. It's such a cool effect. Now if we flip the switch from the back to 1, and then we push the button, he'll start to move. That's awesome. I love how the little radar things spin up the side of his head.
Welcome to Altair, gentlemen.
See his feet moving.
I am to transport you to the residence.
He's going to walk. Do, do, do,
For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robby.
And to turn him back off, you just hit the button again. Now, one thing I discovered is if the batteries are really low, you can't turn this guy off. He just keeps walking around. That's what happened to me earlier when I was trying to make the video. I couldn't get him to turn off, and he just kept walking off on me. Something else I did is I picked up a really cool, where'd it go? 3D printed Forbidden Planet laser pistol for Robby to hold. Now, I think one version of this that came out maybe a little bit earlier said it was supposed to come with a pistol, but it never did. But somebody, I think I got this from Etsy, actually made one for the Robby the Robot to hold. Isn't that cool? Definitely adds to the robot having that gun. That's pretty cool. Robby's got a gun. So let's check out some of his walking action here from the side and from the front.
Welcome to Altair, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence.
Robby's got a gun! Of course, if you take the battery covers off, you could have a dancing Robby. He does the shuffle step. Do, 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 do. Dance, Robby, dance!
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen.
Overall, this is actually a pretty cool collectible if you like the Forbidden Planet movie. I highly recommend getting this toy if you're into that kind of things. If you like collecting toy robots, it's good for that. If you like collecting classic sci-fi things, it's good for that as well. It's a pretty cool little toy robot. I really like this thing. Anyway, that's Robby the Robot from Forbidden Planet. Thanks for watching.
Well, you low-living contraption, I ought to take a can opener to you.
Quiet, please. I am analyzing.